Z-bloggers report that General Colonel Gennady Anashkin has been removed from his position as commander of the Russian Southern Group of Forces. The alleged reason is the situation on the Siversk front and his unwillingness to inform the higher command about the true state of affairs. According to Russian sources, General Anashkin provided false information to higher command, leading to significant losses for the Russian army in futile assaults near the settlement of Siversk. Just recently, false reports came from Siversk about supposed successful breakthroughs, followed by poorly prepared column attacks on enemy positions, resulting in heavy losses and minimal gains. The general has participated in wars both in Ukraine and Georgia. The chat of the Inglorious Bastards group of the 810th Marine Brigade, which disappeared in the Kursk region, was leaked online. Apparently, Kobot and Islam survived. The rest are 200s, eternal fertilizer. Mass graves in Luhansk. A local Telegram channel reports about the body repatriation of Likachev, a Russian soldier, who was buried in a mass grave in Luhansk by the Russians themselves. The body of Alexander Likachev, who died in the zone of a special military operation in Ukraine and was buried in a mass grave near Lugansk without the knowledge of his mother, is being transported to Volgograd. On November 2nd, the Military Registration and Enlistment Office reported that my son had died, that he had been carried off the battlefield and identified, and that he would be brought to Volgograd within 2 or 3 days, Olga says. They asked me where the burial would be. I said in the Krasnoarmysky district. It turned out that he had been buried on November 1st, but no one had told me anything about it. I want my son to be brought home. I want to say goodbye to him. He always told me when he called, "Mom, don't worry, everything is fine. I'll be home soon." He died, but he still hasn't made it home. Today, November 22nd, Olga Likacheva received a call from the Military Registration and Enlistment Office and was informed that a car with her son's body had left Rostov. Ukrainian Special Forces operators from He 8th Regiment neutralized 10 Russians and captured 3 during a recon mission in the Kursk region. Ukrainian Special Forces operations in Russia's Kursk region have been highly effective in disrupting Russian military activities. These elite units have targeted enemy personnel, supply lines, and critical infrastructure. For instance, recent missions have resulted in the elimination of 14 Russian soldiers, the capture of 3, and the destruction of several enemy positions using advanced equipment like night vision and drones. These operations also include rescuing encircled Ukrainian soldiers and sabotaging Russian logistics. Over the past months, Ukrainian actions in the region have inflicted heavy losses on Russian forces, including thousands of casualties and significant equipment destruction, such as tanks and armored vehicles. By targeting Russian forces deep within their territory, Ukraine not only hinders their ability to regroup, but also raises morale within Ukrainian ranks while undermining Russian control near the border regions. The armed forces of Ukraine have commented on the situation regarding the deployment of North Korean troops in Kharkiv region. Recent media reports suggested the presence of North Korean troops near Kharkiv, citing an alleged statement from an AFU representative. However, the operational tactical group Kharkiv has denied these claims, clarifying that the individual in question was not an official spokesperson and lacked authority to comment. The operational situation in the Kharkiv direction has not undergone significant changes. Ukraine's defense forces continue to hold back the advance of Russian occupation troops, the group stated in a Facebook post. Russia has reportedly deployed around 11,000 DPRK soldiers, primarily to support its counteroffensive in the Kursk region. North Korean personnel have also been observed in Russian-occupied Mariupol, though their role remains unclear. Ukrainian military officials believe these troops pose little immediate threat in Kursk or elsewhere. However, if their numbers grow as anticipated, the situation may require reassessment. The fields of Russian death in Kursk. The Ukrainian 225th Separate Assault Battalion encountered with the Russian forces, assumed to be the 810th Marine Brigade. The latter did not come off well. Ukrainian operations in the Kursk region have inflicted massive losses on Russian forces. Over 3 months, more than 20,000 Russian soldiers were killed or wounded, and over 1,100 pieces of military equipment, including tanks and armored vehicles, were destroyed. These precise strikes on supply lines and fortified positions have disrupted Russian logistics and weakened their hold in the region, creating significant operational challenges. Ukrainian operations in the Kursk region have inflicted massive losses on Russian forces. Over 3 months, more than 20,000 Russian soldiers were killed or wounded, and over 1,100 pieces of military equipment, including tanks and armored vehicles, were destroyed. These precise strikes on supply lines and fortified positions have disrupted Russian logistics and weakened their hold in the region, creating significant operational challenges. Attention, Europe! Russian propagandists are threatening Europeans with strikes on European cities, saying Russia will warn them and watch how they leave in lines.
To make it clear to Europeans that none of their political leaders are safe at Rheinmetall factories, at the RAN Corporation factory, which makes bearings and various components for the wheelbases of German armored vehicles, its profits increased by 42% from 2014 to 2019. Therefore, none of them is completely safe.
Why are they completely safe? No, Vladimir Anatolievich already said we want them. There's a sense of humanity. Yes, just imagine right now. Yes, by the way, a call. Excuse me, is this Munich? Maybe you'll wander around somewhere for a couple of days, is that all? Yes, it's especially interesting to watch sometimes.
These are the copycats, right? They'll fly off somewhere to Bermuda or Hawaii.
Unidentified drones have been spotted over RAF Lakenheath in the UK, where American F-15E and F-35A fighters are based. This is reported by the War Zone. The incident occurred on November 20th, 2024, when several unidentified drones appeared over the airbase. They differed in size and performed unknown maneuvers. The number of unmanned aerial vehicles varied, and they varied in size and configuration. A spokesman for the U.S. Air Force in Europe and Africa told the War Zone. The publication notes that, according to unofficial reports, the U.S. Air Force took off to drive away the drones, but the airbase representatives did not comment on this information. To protect operational security, we do not discuss our specific force protection measures, but we reserve the right to defend the facility, the U.S. Air Force officials stated. It is worth noting that the RAF base is used by the U.S. military with a significant fleet of aircraft, including strike aircraft and fifth-generation F-35A fighters. These aircraft are involved in international operations in the Middle East and Africa.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week at 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.